With chapters 6 through 9, the Silmarillion begins to shift gears from large-scale stories focused on the creation of Middle-earth and the background of major figures and groups, to a story focused on the objects for which the book is named, the Silmarils. In fact, these chapters really form one cohesive tale, with two primary characters taking center stage, Fëanor and Melkor. Though some of the elves have, after a long journey, arrived in the Blessed Realm, it does not mean that they will never again face adversity. In fact, as chapter 6 begins, we find they face perils both internal and external. Chapter 6 is focused on the elf Fëanor, the son of the Noldoran king Finwë. The name Fëanor literally means the fiery spirit, and he is described as the most subtle in mind and the most skilled in hand of the Noldor. He is also described as eager and steadfast in the pursuit of all his purposes, with little consideration for the desires or purposes of others. Chapter 6 also relates Melkor's release from imprisonment after he convinces Manwë that he is repentant for his past crimes. Unfortunately for Manwë, free as he is from evil, he is unable to comprehend Melkor's foul aims and the depravity of his heart. Thus, Melkor becomes free to roam about the Blessed Realm, all the while plotting his destructive purposes in secret. Chapter 7 tells of the creation of the Silmarils by Fëanor. These three jewels were the most beautiful ever devised, and contain some of the light of the two trees of Valinor. They become the wonder of the Blessed Realm, and Fëanor treats the fascination of others towards his creations with jealousy and contempt. Among those lusting for possession of the jewels is of course Melkor, and he begins a campaign of whisperings and manipulations that eventually pits Fëanor against his half-brother Fingolfin. In the midst of a confrontation, Fëanor threatens Fingolfin's life, and is banished from the Blessed Realm, moving with his father and 7 sons to the north and constructing the fortress Formenos. In Chapter 8, Melkor seeks out Ungoliant, a giant spider demon, to assist him in striking a final blow against the bliss of Valinor. Having been exposed for his malicious whisperings, Manwë orders Melkor into captivity once again, but it is too late. Melkor escapes to the south, finding Ungoliant, who is insatiably hungry for the light of the two trees. Together, they descend upon the two trees and strike them, draining them of life and light, and shrouding Valinor in great darkness. With the two trees having been slain by Melkor and Ungoliant, the Valar take counsel together, only to learn that the evil duo continued their destructive path northward, assailing Formenos, murdering King Finwë, and stealing the Silmarils. Fëanor and his sons swear an oath to reclaim the Silmarils as their own, vowing to pursue anyone who would deny them. Though the Valar urge them not to pursue Melkor in haste, they reject the plea, leading a great number of their elvish brethren on an epic quest to defeat Melkor and reclaim the Silmarils. Unfortunately, the oaths and the haste of pursuit lead almost immediately to even greater tragedy. Seeking swift passage across the Great Sea, the Noldor request the aid of their brethren, the Teleri, and specifically the use of their ships. When the Teleri resist, a great number of them are slain, bitterly compounding evil upon evil. Ultimately, the Noldor are banished from Valinor, embarking on a long and arduous passage through the frigid hell of the north, in order to return to Beleriand and confront Melkor. With the conclusion of Chapter 9, the focus of the Silmarillion will shift from the Blessed Realm and the affairs of the Valar to the region of Beleriand across the Great Sea. In the next video, we'll examine chapters 10 through 17 of the Silmarillion, which describe the early history of Beleriand, as well as Fëanor's reckoning with Melkor. If you'd like a longer discussion of the topics explored in this video, check out my podcast, The Tolkien Road, which includes long conversations about each chapter of the Silmarillion, as well as many other Tolkien works. You can also find handy text guides to each chapter at SilmGuide.com. Check out the links below for more info. Make sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button below, and click the alerts icon to get notified when a new video is released. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Namarie.